But yes, you are right, I am in a quarry. I'm in Winspit Quarry, which is run by the National Trust on the south coast of the Isle of Purbeck. And it is a fantastic location for the topography and of course for the caves, which you can see just behind me here. Now, the quarry has a really interesting history. It stopped in the 1940s, where it then became a naval and air base during World War II. But today, nature has seriously reclaimed it, including the bats, which are back in force. My goodness, it is a really special place, especially during autumn and winter, where they come here to hibernate. Now, this was some footage that we found in 2016 using an infrared camera. You can see the bats swirling and twirling there, actively hunting lots of moth. Now, a survey was done here and they found that 15 of our 18 UK species were found in this area, and 30% of them were Natterer's bats. Now, Natterer's bats are a really fantastic species, which we're going to get to see in a little bit more detail. To understand a little bit about how the bats use the whole Purbeck area, I met up with Mark Warne from Forestry England to learn a little bit about how they're using this changing landscape.
This is one of the bat box schemes that we've got. There's 72 boxes in total. There's a lot of work to do. We will go through checking species sex. It's about understanding what the species are doing, whether the populations are going up and down.
Well, it's really important work to collect that data, I suppose, because it helps you as an organisation to manage this habitat effectively for them. Should we go and see if anyone's home?
Yeah, let's get the ladder and get sorted out.
All right, let's go.
Right, let's have a look. Well, you've brought some luck.
Really?
The first box, and we've got bats.
Literally the first box. That never happens.
They're still quite active because there's quite a number of them, so they're quite warm. And they're Natterer's bats.
It's great, you can hear them listening.
Right, this is the paperwork.
OK.
If you don't mind doing some recording.
Of course, all the data.
There's some gloves, if you wouldn't mind putting those on. You can handle them under my species licence.
Great. Oh, look.
OK. So, I don't know if you can see, but the forearm on the Natterers is quite red, and that relates to one of its older names. It was described as the red arm bat.
I can see why.
So this ring number is J, so Juliet 15814, and it's an adult male.
Oh, yeah, I was about to ask how you tell, but that's clear.
It's fairly clear on
That's
this.
quite clear.
Yeah. I'm just going to release them as we go along.
OK.
On this one.
Go, little man. Oh, look. Back into the forest.
But this is actually an older bat. Oh. This one is nearly 10 years old.
Wow.
And this is an adult female.
Female.
And she's pregnant.
It's quite a pronounced...
Yeah, at this stage,
bump.
They're going to give birth in the next couple of weeks. Hotel 7621. So do you want to release this one?
I'd love to.
Yeah, just hold her relatively firmly, but don't squeeze in.
Go on, off you go.
Gone.
Average maternity colonies of Natterer's bats can be between 20 to 50 individuals. So we have quite a few to get through.
So this is the last bat, Juliet 11715. It's yet another adult female that's pregnant.
God, it's good, isn't it?
Brilliant. That's 35 in total.
35?
In the colony. Do you want the honour of releasing the last one?
I'd love to. Come on then, little one, off you go. Go back to sleep.
I absolutely loved meeting Mark. He's such a nice bloke, and to see Natterer's bats up close, obviously a very secretive nocturnal mammal, you rarely get those views, was genuinely a real privilege. And he's been running such a long-term data collection scheme on these bats to be able to follow their movements around the Isle of Purbeck and potentially even beyond. And I have this wonderful map here. So I'm down here on the south coast, Winspit Quarry, and this is where the bats will come to mate and they'll stay to hibernate throughout the course of autumn and winter. So this is where I am. But due to his ringing practice, we found that bats move quite far away. So they've been found as north as Wareham, all the way up here, which is 14 kilometres from Winspit. So this is during the spring and summertime. And then a bit of data that I find really quite fascinating is they've travelled all the way again up from Winspit, and they've gone all the way 12 kilometres over to Brownsea Island, and they've travelled 800 metres across open water. And it's fascinating because the way that bats echolocate wouldn't necessarily mean that they could detect land at the other end of those 800 metres. So how they do it, no one knows, but they have been found all the way up as far as Brownsea Island. Really, really fascinating behaviour. Now, of course, these cliffs are absolutely perfect for bats when they come to hibernate. I've had to stay a little bit further away just for safety reasons, but it's really great to get an insight into all that behaviour and, of course, the wonderful Mark's work.